When anxiety starts getting really bad is once you start identifying with the anxiety and that you're hating the anxiety. It starts there, you know. The first time you got anxious, it was probably no big deal. You know, it was just one layer of anxiety, and then we started building a story about it, where we just, wow, I didn't like that. I don't want that to happen again. And you've gotten a thicker layer of anxiety, because what resists persists. What's getting resisted persists. This is especially true with our feelings. And something so nasty as anxiety is. And depression. If we resist, we're not working together with it. There's a reason why there is anxiety and depression. We feel anxiety, like we have a need to exist, or like to survive, a survival instinct. And then it goes out of hand. The way our mind perceives threats, it goes out of hand. It starts resisting and building layers upon layers until you're suddenly afraid of eating in the cafeteria, which is not threatening at all. If you resist depression, anxiety, the more you resist in your life, the less breakthrough points you're gonna have in your life. When we resist, we put our growth on hold. Once we say yes, okay, that's when it starts already fading away, and you're not creating a problem about the problem, which is a problem. What's opphøyd i andre? A problem quantified by a problem. Well, that's a lot of problems. That's a big problem. And quantified by a problem again, that's a lot of, you know, that's a lot of load. Once you start working together with it and not judge it, you give unconditional love to the pain, to the symptoms of your anxiety, the nervousness, the sweating, being sweaty, and the stuttering, you know, all the unpleasant sensations. Once you don't resist them and you stay present with them, then they will start going away. And sooner or later you'll reach a level where you don't even care whether they go away. You still have unconditional love for it. That's when the social anxiety like the worst part of the anxiety has stopped a long time ago. Everything that happens is an invitation to growth. You can always use everything that happens to you, for your own life purpose, your growth, which is what all this is about, this life here. Just growing like a plant. Its only purpose is to grow. And when you resist something, you go back into the, you know, the mind world, the sleep state, the dream state. And that's nice sometimes. Sometimes you need a break and you go, I kind of want to complain for a little, and just release that off. And that's fine. So there's no need to judge yourself for resisting either. And this is getting a little zen-y. This is a part of the Zen. Yeah, but I think you get the point. So don't resist. Take this wisdom and look for it in the world from now in your life. Does it help when you resist it? when you say this is bad, and you start making up even more stories and you get creative about how bad it is, does it usually get better? Just pay attention to it the next times you resist your anxiety or your life situation. Where does it lead you? Start paying attention to that. And sooner or later, it can take weeks, months, you'll start seeing a pattern. And you see that, I can't control it. So I have to just surrender to it. I need to work together with it. Let's try that. And you'll experiment like this. And pay attention to what happens then. So that was my 2 cents on resisting your own growth. In summary, resisting your life situation will postpone and stop your growth. It will hold it on for a while. And if you get really crazy about resisting your life, then there won't be that many breakthrough points in your life. But once you realize that resisting won't help, you'll immediately, feel okay and not judge less. It's hard to not judge anything, right? And I'm guilty of this. I judge all the time, judge people. But we get better and better at it once we realize the patterns. So when you realize that there's no point in resisting, you will let it be. And it'll actually show you something. So whenever you get anxious, there's a wall, like an illusory wall. And once you don't pick up the hammer and hammer and bang your head against it, and you just see that, it's a wall. It's funny, but it starts going away. So yeah, it's tricky. Life is crazy. It's a paradox. So yeah, that's my lesson. Don't resist. Try not to. Realize that there's no point in it, and you'll stop doing it. And your life is going to get so much better. The reason why we resist is that we, on some level, think that it's going to help the situation or keep it from happening. Like when we were kids, we cried and then our mom gave us milk. Maybe that's where we learn it. So once we realize that we can let go, and that there is actually nothing to lose. It seems like there is something to lose when we're letting go and let it be there. So experiment with that and see if anything bad happens when you don't resist. It's easy to misunderstand the mechanism of how our emotions work with what I just said about resisting. Because when you go to your life after this and something annoying happens and you think of my voice telling you, don't resist. Maybe you're gonna get this anger in you, and you're gonna do what I said. Okay, Fred, I'm gonna do what you're saying. I'm gonna not resist this situation, but I'm really pissed, and you feel like you're about to explode, and you get mad at me. That's fine as well. It's about not resisting even your anger. So not resisting the deeper reaction and the deeper part of the problem. So it's okay if you feel like you need to resist, then don't resist your need to resist. So this is the reverse engineering of creating the problem about the problem about the problem. So now we're going the opposite way. Don't resist the resistance. Yeah. You got it.